Thank you for your support and for watching avivTarot. This is a general pick-a-card reading. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Not everything will apply. My readings are meant to be constructive and not destructive. I give readings to empower you. I will be honest in what I see and will not give you false hopes or empty promises in order to keep you happy. I will be compassionate and sensitive to your feelings and will not judge or condemn. Energies are ever-changing. You are still the master of your own destiny. Hi everyone, thank you for watching avivTarot, and today we are going to do another pick-a-card reading, and this pick-a-card reading is actually suggested by one of the avivs, and the topic is, am I on the right path? Okay, is the choice I made the right choice? Okay, so this is a reading about that. So what I'm going to do today, we have 4 different piles, 1, 2, 3, 4. In each of the piles, we will draw out 5 different cards. The first card will be it's kind of like a confirmation card, so you can see if that is the pile for you. So the first card is about where you are right now on your path, okay? And then the second card will be about why you are having doubts. Why aren't you feeling confident about your choice? And then the third one is, where are you going? Okay, what is your next step? What you should do. The fourth card is obstacles, objections, challenges in the path. What do you need to know? That type of things. And then finally, the outcome, or where it's leading you. Okay. So that is the gist of today's pick a card, and if you need more time, you can pause the video. If not, we are going to start with pile number 1. Timestamps are going to be in the description box below, as well as in the message box. All right. So for pile number 1, let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so for pile number 1, where are you at right now on your path? Okay, where are you at right now on your path? Are you making, about your decision? Where are you at right now currently? We're not reading any reversals. Okay, no reversals. Where are you at right now on your path or on your decision? Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. The card that we drew is Muse of Inspiration. This is the King of Wands card. This is the King of Wands in this deck. This is the Muse Tarot. So this is the king, the highest position that you could possibly get, at least in the fire element. Okay. So this is kind of interesting because you got the Muse. Where are you at right now? I feel like you're actually reaching the top. Okay, you're at maturity wise, you are quite mature, you are full of action, you are full of passion. Okay, because this is the Muse of Inspiration, and I feel like it's almost like a double entendre, where not double entendre, a double like reaffirming the inspiration card, only because inspiration is like muse. Is a muse and inspiration the same thing? This is like a double confirmation of this Muse. So I feel like you're full of inspiration right now. You are full of passion. You are like ready to take on the challenge. In fact, I feel like you probably have reached to a certain level already. Maybe you might feel a little stuck only because you are
at the highest level possible. So you're not sure if where else to go, type of thing, right? Are you on the right path? Maybe you're reaching like a roadblock or like a wall. You cannot go past it, right? Not sure if this is the end, or if there's more to this path or to this choice that you've made, right? So I feel like that's where you are at right now. So if it's like, say, relationship wise, I feel like, again, you're reaching to that end level where you're like, okay, where do I go now? Is there any more to this relationship? Is it that's it? You want more passion, you want more excitement, right? Because this is like muse of inspiration. So like, I do feel like maybe you're at a point of you're a little stuck because there's nowhere to go. You've already reached the top already, right? And so you're hoping also to have more inspiration coming to you. Like, what else can you do to spark this relationship a little bit? Or if you're single too, like, is this it, or what do I do, right? Where do I go from now? You feel like you've already reached the end of a journey, type of thing. All right, so now let's take a look at why aren't you feeling confident about this choice of yours? Why aren't you feeling confident? Why aren't you feeling confident? Eight of Inspiration. This is kind of interesting. Eight of Wands. And I feel like this is kind of corresponding to each other, where like I said, you are at the top. You've already reached to maybe like the highest level possible. Doesn't matter what choice or path you are on right now. And then over here, Eight of Inspiration. Why aren't you feeling confident about your choice, or if this is the right road? I feel like Eight of Inspiration, there's maybe a lot of like things or news coming in your way. Maybe other people who are on the same path, or they started out on the same road, are, you see them and they've seemed to be so much more successful than you are. Maybe you're not content about where you are at right now. Although this is interesting, because this is how you see yourself, right? You are at the highest level. Maybe you're not realizing that. Or maybe you are realizing that, but then at the same time, you compare with people who are even more successful, even more farther ahead on the path, on the road. So you feel like you're not on the same level as them, right? So like when you see those things, it makes you feel like inadequate, or you want to do better. Because Eight of Inspiration, Eight of Wands is about news coming in. It's about things coming in super fast. So maybe also there's a lot of things being thrown at you right now, and you don't feel like you're competent enough to take on the challenge, or to finish the things, or it could be a problem, right? It could be, again, challenges, things, work thrown in your way, and you don't feel like if you can actually accomplish this successfully. You can do it quickly and swiftly and resolve the issue or something like that, right? It's really like coming at you full force. And see how this person in this particular deck is kind of interesting, is 4 people. Or this is actually one person, but then there's like 4 shadows coming in behind her, right? And she's going full forth towards, like, to the right, running towards it. Like, I feel like maybe things are being thrown at you, and you wish that you have like doubles or triples, or of you, that so then you can do things simultaneously. So I just feel like maybe you feel a little inadequate in accomplishing the things that you wanted to do to your expectation. And things are coming in super quickly. Like you're just having one thing coming at you after another, right? Or one problem coming to you after another. When I say problem, I don't mean like, it could be a problem, like an actual problem, but it could be like projects, right? Or just like work being thrown at you that you have to accomplish. All right, so let's see where are you going? Okay, where are you going? Or like what should you do next, right? What should you do next? Or what should you do next? The moon. Interesting. Reflect. You should reflect. You should look within. You should this is also interesting too. In this particular deck, look how the moon is a full moon. Okay? And when full moon happens, it's about release too. So you maybe want to release certain fears, right? Because the moon is about fear. So maybe there's some fear that's kind of restricting you, right? Also, this is about facing your inner darker self, right? This so maybe you've been too focused on the outer stuff, the outer accomplishments, or seeing what other people, like surfacey stuff, right? Because we talked about this too, because both of these are like fire energy, which reminds me of the sun. So it's the opposite of the moon. So when we're talking about over here earlier about like, maybe you're comparing yourself with others, you're seeing things maybe on like social media or what other people are posting, or maybe they are being interviewed. I don't know, things that you can see on the surface, on the outside, and that's all you see. You don't know what these people are like when they're alone, or the real them, right? And so you're comparing to this outer superficial stuff. Maybe you should look inside, look within you. I think you are stronger than you realize, and you are like on the top of everything right now. And what you need to do next is really explore your inner self, explore within, instead of looking for inspiration from outside, or like, what should I do, choices from outside. Listen to yourself. This is about intuition. This is about listening to your inner voice, right? So what your next step is actually listen to yourself, listen to your inner voice, face your darkest fear, right? I do think even if you're on the top of the world or something like that, there's still something that you are so scared to face or to do. That's what you should do next. That's what you're supposed to do next. Face that fear head on. Okay. And so it could be, I don't know, if you're single, for example, and you want to get into a relationship, maybe you're like relationship phobia. That's something that you need to, face directly. Really look why you have that fear. Or say you are, I don't know, you're already like a CEO of a company. So you're like so successful in other people's eyes, but you still feel insufficient, right? You still feel inadequate. Why is that? Why is that? There's an answer, and maybe you've been just constantly busying yourself with outer things and you don't have a lot of time to kind of reflect. Now it's time to reflect. Okay. So now we have the next one is the kind of object, I keep saying object, obstructions and challenges in the path, and anything else that you need to know, or anything else that number one needs to know. This part came out, the Magician. You have 2 major arcana card. This is what you need to know. This is what's going next. I really think this is a spiritual growth, something spiritual, something like a lifelong lesson, a life path, things that are meant to be, or you're meant to do. So that's your next thing, something really greater than yourself. Like a calling or some sort. And then over here we have Magician, objections and challenges. I feel like you have everything that you need, but then you feel like you don't have everything that you need. So that's right. That's what you need to know, is that you actually have everything that you need to make things possible, to create magic, right? And the challenge, if this is a challenge or this is like an obstruction, I feel like it's almost like there's another card. It's kind of like you are your own obstacle or problem, right? You are too scared to make things happen. You're scared to face yourself. So you're busying with yourself with other things. But now the Magician is about, or like obstructions and challenges. The Magician's also about like manipulation, right? Maybe you're trying to manipulate the situation so that it works in your favor, or you feel like you're being manipulated by other people or by society's like thinking and thoughts and all of that. But the reality is you actually have everything that you need to change the views, to move forward, to make things happen, to create magic. Right? And in some ways, you actually have the power to manipulate too. Manipulate things in your favor. But in a good way. Right? Turn things around. Make things happen. So I feel like what you need to know right now, it's not really, I almost feel like getting this Magician card really isn't like about like obstacles or obstructions or something like that. I feel like if there's any obstructions, you are the only thing that's in the way of your path, right? You need to make things happen. You need to take the action to make things happen. Believe in yourself. Trust. Right? Earlier we talked about this too. Where are you at right now? You are already on the top. You have everything already. And I feel like this is kind of reiterating that. You have everything. And I even think over here, because you are the Muse of Inspiration, which is that King of Wands card, you are capable of acting upon things, right? Stop waiting around for things to happen. Make things happen for you, right? So that's that. And then finally, the outcome. Outcome. So what is this outcome? 6 of Materials. 6 of Pentacles. This is about give and take, right? And also 6 of Pentacles is kind of interesting because this is right about give and take. Material in this card is 6 of Pentacles, which is about monetary rewards, business. Of course, if we want to really like expand it into relationship, that's possible too. Like whatever you give out, you're going to get something in return, right? Or if you've always been on the receiving end, now it's time to give. So it's like coming in circles. But materials, I really think, like, in particularly if your path is about, like, you know, business or making more money or something, I think this is coming in your way. But the only thing is that you have to take action. You have to make things happen for you in order to see this outcome. So things are, I think the amount of effort that you put out, that's how much things that you're going to get in return. So if you've been kind of scared, not able to make more moves, you know, kind of being in a stuck, like kind of like staying stationary in your path, then you're not going to see that much of a reward because you didn't put that much out there in order to have it come back to you, right? So I feel like with this, things are blossoming. With this card in particular in this deck, it's the materials, or this pentacles, is represented by all these flowers, right? And these are blooming, blossoming. So I think things are blossoming for you. You're blooming like a flower. But the only thing is, in order for that to happen, you need to be like this magician, create magic, right? You're magical. In fact, we have over here the moon too, and I feel like the moon is all about magic too, right? It's the only I mean, besides the sun, the moon is also like super fast moving, and the sun actually doesn't even change. It's always like bright and shiny. I mean, there's times where the clouds will like cover it and stuff like that, but the moon is the only planet that kind of like it shifts, right? Reflects the light of the sun, but then it shifts. It comes in like new moon where you can't see anything. Slowly it comes into full moon, and then it goes back into new moon again, right? It comes in cycle. So like it's kind of magical. I really feel like the moon is a really magical planet. It has all kinds of different phases, and you're going through all these different phases, which is life. So if you are kind of stuck, you know, press forward, make things happen, do something. Okay, and you'll be able to start seeing things coming back to you again. Rewards, prosperity. This is also about charity too, or being generous with your resources, right? So be generous with your resources, with your inspiration. Inspire other people. And I feel like when you inspire other people is going to come and inspire you too. It's just like the energy flows in circle. All right. And so are you on the right path? I actually think you're not on the wrong path. You're meant to be on this path. You're meant to learn. But yeah, there are choices. There are things that you need to kind of look past and then look within. All right, this is what I see for pile number 1, and I hope this helps. If you have anything that you would like to share with me, you can leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, enjoy my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, pile number 2. Are you on the right path? Did you make the right choice? Where are you at right now? Where are you at right now? Where is pile number 2 at right now on their path? Where is pile number 2? We have a bunch of cards that like flew out. No reversals today, so where are you at right now? We have 2 of Pentacles. You are trying to decide Okay, so you've made a choice somehow, and then you've went along, or you went down the path, you started doing things, and then now I feel like you're probably, going on this path, and everything seems fine, and now there's this diversion again. If you really think about it, life is always, we're constantly making choices. Even if it's like something really small, like in the morning, do I wake up or do I sleep in? Right? It's just that we wouldn't go do a tarot reading about like, hey, should I wake up now or should I not? Right? But I feel like right now you're probably at a divergence again. Also, I feel like where are you at right now? We have the Two of Pentacles. You're trying to juggle a lot of things. You're trying to juggle a lot of things. Maybe also you're having a little bit of hard time balancing your life and like your personal life with your work life or your relationship. Finding like balance. Where do you stand in a relationship versus like how much do you give, how much do you take from your partner? It could be that too, but it could also be like completely separate things, like personal life versus work life, or work life versus like relationship, etc., right? So you're trying to juggle a few things and you're having a little bit of hard time finding a balance in that. And it could also be like you're having a hard time finding balance within yourself. You're trying to juggle a lot of things. You want a lot of things. So you're trying to do everything. And now you're like, dang, I don't have that much time. I need to maybe give and take a little. Or if you don't want to, then you're going to have to remain trying to juggle everything. Right? And this is the thing. In this particular deck, this is like a jokester holding on to the two coins, and on this wheel, a single wheel, right? A uni wheel. And the interesting thing also is that it's different from the Rider-Waite, where there's the Rider-Waite has that infinity sign. This one doesn't really have it, right? I don't see it clearly. So I feel like you're trying to juggle things. You are kind of happy about it, right? See, this person is kind of happy. There is smiling. So it's something that you're juggling right now and you feel like quite content about it. However, it's not giving, I don't think it's even though you're juggling these two things and you're feeling good about it and you're not having, even though, yeah, you're having a hard time, but then you're not really having a hard time. Like, you're kind of enjoying it along the way. But the thing is, like, juggling these two things, I don't think it's propelling you forward as much as you think. Because, like I said, the Rider-Waite, the usual Rider-Waite has the infinity sign, but this one doesn't. So, infinite potential. Or like, juggling these two things will actually help you, propel you forward. But I don't think these two things are, or whatever you're doing right now is propelling you forward as much. Okay. So now let's take a look at, why are you here watching this video? Why aren't you feeling confident about your choice? Why are you having doubts all of a sudden? Okay. Why are you having doubts all of a sudden? Why is pile number 2 having doubts about their choice? Okay, a few things came out, and I think I'm gonna take this one, which is the Ace of Swords. Okay, why are you having doubts? With the Ace of Swords, I think you're having doubts because maybe finally now, like all of a sudden now, you're having like doubts about your choice. Maybe some kind of a truth just showed up. Maybe you're seeing something more clearly now. Now that you're on this path, maybe before you started this path, you think this is the way to go. This is what I wanted to do. But now that you are on this path, going down this path, more things are being revealed to you. And, you know, and going down this path, we also like mature as we go, right? Usually. Some people don't grow up or mature, like they stay the same. But I think for you, going down this path, you are maturing, you are learning on the way. And now you're having new epiphanies, new realizations on the path. And so now you're having doubts, like, is this really what I wanted to do? Or maybe you found another truth. Not that like the path you're on right now is not the truth, but you just found something maybe more interesting, or the truth now, like that's pertaining or particularly true for you right now at this moment. Does that make sense? Like at each stage, we like different things. We see things differently. And now you're at a stage that you have a newfound truth, new realization. And this is creating doubts in you. Right? You're not stopping to like think where it's like the Two of Swords or anything. You're still like, trying to make things work, right? You're still trying to make things work. You're still trying to balancing things and everything. But the thing is, like, there's newfound truth, new epiphanies, new realizations. And so you're kind of thinking while still juggling these things that, you're not completely giving up like where you are right now. But you're just thinking, is this the right thing for me? So now, where are you going? Okay, what's your next step? Where are you going? What's your next step? Where is pile number 2 going? What is their next step? Okay, where is pile number 2 going? Ooh, 10 of Wands, responsibility. Look at this. You have the Ace, you have the number 1 card, and then you have the 10, the last card in the cycle. So where are you going now? You're heading towards the end of a cycle, okay? The end of a cycle. 10 of Wands is actually you've already gained all of the things that you wanted to have, right? The 10 of Wands, people, usually other readers or books sometimes associate this with like burdens and like pressure, stress, and all of that. But if you really think about the progression of the Wands, the 10 of Wands is actually you've accomplished everything, all the things that you wanted to accomplish. And this is kind of like that line, the famous line from Spider-Man, with great ability, right? With great achievements comes great responsibility. And so this is responsibility because you've already achieved a lot of things. You've already gotten a lot of things. And now to match up to the level where you are, you have to take on the stress. You have to take on more responsibility. And so where are you going next? I think you have achieved a lot of things already. But along the way, along with the good, it comes the bad, which is the responsibility, which is stress, which is carrying the weight of others. I don't feel like this is the weight of it could be your own, but it's more like, for example, if you're the CEO, right? You are on top of the world, but at the same time, every decision that you make affects your employees, right? If you make a bad decision, you can go bankrupt or you can lose millions of dollars, and it affects if you can pay your employees or something, and you might have to fire some of them, and that's a lot of stress too. So I feel like that's just an example. Like I'm using the CEO because it's like more dramatic, right? But it could be something small too. You're just like a supervisor or something like that, it still affects the a lot of things. Like you get compensated more, like, right, money wise and all of that, salary, but you have to put in just as much effort, if not more, to match the amount of money that you're getting paid for. And the same thing if you're if this decision or path that you're doing a pick a card about is about relationship, then as when when you get into a relationship, you think it's all of these fun things, just like the two of us being together and taking care of each other. But then you know what? With that, it comes with responsibility as well. Now, are we going to move forward with the relationship? Okay, if that is the case, then should we have kids? Should we not have kids? Are we going to adopt? Are we not going to adopt? And it's not just about you and him or you and her. It's about you and the family, right? I know, like, Western cultures, it's not as much about the other person's family as much as like the Asians, right, cultures. But still, in some ways, you're not alone anymore. You have to incorporate the family, or at the very least the other person, right? So a lot of responsibility. You're not just like taking care of yourself, you have to take care of the other person, all of that. So where you're going next, you're taking on more responsibility. You are taking on a lot more stress as well. So I think maybe because of this like, that's why you're like, oh my gosh, this is not what I expected. This is not what I was thinking about. I wasn't expecting all these like burdens or stress, or it's supposed to be fun, right? It's supposed to be happy. But now I'm like juggling things. I'm so busy. I don't have time for myself. I don't like all these realization, right? Coming into you. You're like, whoa, what is happening? But I think it's life, right? I think you still get all the fun stuff too, but you have to take in the bad things as well, which is like responsibility, right? All right, so now next is what kind of challenges is in the way, or obstructions, and the kind of things that you need to know or look out for. Okay, so the kind of things that pile number 2 needs to look out for, or are there any challenges that they need to know? All right, we have the Devil. Interesting. Being too dependent upon someone, or being too addicted to something. Now, challenges and obstructions. What do you need to know? I feel like the Devil is sometimes, we could see this as like a little bit of the manipulation as well, or being tied up. So the challenge is not being too addicted to something or too dependent on something. So like if you're in a relationship, you're being too dependent on the other person, or you're being really dependent upon yourself. So you're not revealing, you're not willing to let your partner do a lot of things, or show your vulnerability. That's what I meant. That's what I want to say. You are really dependent on yourself. In other words, you're very independent. So you're not willing to show your vulnerability, right? It may be in a relationship. Maybe all the stress that you're carrying, you're not sharing that with the person that you're with. Or it could also be if you're at a company or something like that. You have all this stress, all these like responsibility, and you need to know how to delegate, maybe. Okay, so that you're not the only person, carrying all this weight. And then the Devil is also about addiction too. So maybe you might be over here. We're having a really difficult time finding balance. Are you being too addicted to working? Are you being too addicted to certain things? Now it becomes like a habit, and it's like, it could be a bad habit depending on how you see it, right? So the challenge in obstruction is like, are you being too addicted to something? Are you not willing to show your vulnerability? Are you trying to mask it with something else? Right? You're always trying to show your charisma and show everybody that you're okay, you're fine. But deep down inside, you're burning. You are stressed out. I think all the stress, all of these responsibility is like chaining you up a little bit too. And so you feel like you want freedom. You want to get rid of these like chains, right? So I feel like you're kind of being tied up a little bit. Obstructions. Maybe like the more over here, it's kind of like this. The more success you get, or the higher level you are at, right? The more things that you have to, the more things that you could lose. You know, when you're kind of at a lower level, you have nothing to lose. You could do whatever you want. The higher you go, the more, not only like the responsibility and the stress like we were talking about, but more things you could lose. And so you kind of become really tied up. A lot of the times you aren't able to take risks. You are scared to take risks because you are scared to lose something, right? And I feel like that is an obstruction and challenge. How do you risk manage? So you still take risks, but it's minimal. So you're not like all tied up and scared to make a move, right? Also about like that whole dependent thing. Maybe you are all bottled up. You don't want to share your vulnerability to others because you have like an image that you want to protect. Or you want to show the world a certain facet of you, and you don't want to share this other side, which is this soft, vulnerable side, right? The challenge. All right, so now the outcome. Finally, the outcome. Where are you going, or where will it lead you? The outcome. The outcome. All right. Queen of Wands. The outcome is Queen of Wands. I think there's a lot of like these fiery energy. Look, the last three cards is like all these red and yellow, right? Very fiery energy. I feel like the outcome, you're going to be able to start moving again. Forward, I mean, because this Two of Pentacles is like you're busy, you're moving around, but you're kind of like staying at one place, right? So it's not propelling you forward like we were talking about. There's no infinity sign, so it's not like helping you a lot, like moving up the ladder or moving you forward, etc. Into the next level and all of that. But I feel like with the Queen of Wands, you are emerging, you are climbing up the ladder, you are going forward, you're finding maybe passion again, because over here we have the sunflower right here, right? So, and the Queen is also, there's like that water energy too. All the queens have this water energy. So it's kind of conflicting feeling, because the Wands is a fiery energy, but your inner self, or this Queen, is this water energy. So you're trying to find that balance still, right? Where do you find the passion and the movement going forward, and then but at the same time remain calm, remain generous, remain thoughtful, right? And not just become like a working machine or trying to mask everything, right? Still let your emotions flow and not like be bottled up. So the outcome, where you're going, I feel like you are moving forward, you are moving ahead. I think you're going to slowly find that passion again, right? Moving up the ladder. But again, I don't think this responsibility or stress is going away though, because the Queen, look, you have the wands. All of these wands, these little wands, become this one bigger one, right? So I think you'll be able to handle the stress and the responsibility a little bit better. You'll be able to handle them and live with it as well. And you know how to, I want to use the word manipulate, but it sounds it has a bad connotation to it. But what I want to say with the manipulation is that you know how to kind of live with this responsibility and this stress and control it and use it to your favor. That's what I meant. Like when I want to say that manipulation, it's like using it to your favor. Because if you think about it, on the other side is that all of these stress and responsibility also means that you have more power to you. So you can do more good things. You can do more awesome things too, right? So you will be able to use the power to your favor. And in a good way. I hope it's in a good way, because, right, the Queen of Wands. Helping other people, right? Doing good to society, etc. And I feel like you're slowly finding that balance as well. The water, this is the Queen of Wands, where you find the balance between water, like complementing each other. The water and the fire, it's complementing each other. Instead of fighting against each other, you're trying to find a balance between the two. Okay. And then moving forward with that energy. So that's what I see for pile number 2. So I think your choice is, I don't think it's wrong, but it is giving you a lot of stress and pressure and all of that. But gotta move past it, right? So this is what I see for pile number 2, and I hope this kind of gives you an idea or a little bit of a guidance, or what to do, etc. If you have anything that you would like to share with me, what is this choice or this path that you are on right now? I would love to know. Write it in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, enjoy my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Pile number 3. So where are you at right now on your path? Where is pile number 3 at right now on their path? Where is number 3 right now on their path? Are they making the right decision? Six of Pentacles. Where are you at right now? I feel like you're quite balanced. I think right now you feel very generous. Maybe you want to be really generous with your time. Share your time with other people, meaning like you want to volunteer. Maybe you feel really generous and want to donate money. Six of Pentacles, right? Give and take. Maybe you've been getting a lot of things, so you want to be generous with your resources, with your time now. If you were on the receiving side. If you were on the giving side, Where are you at right now? You are starting to see rewards coming towards you. Other people are sharing their resources with you. Other people are willing to spend time with you. So this is where you are right now, where you are at right now. Okay. The Six of Pentacles. And yeah, give and take. If you're on the receiving end, now you get to take things from other people. They're going to share their stuff with you. And if you were, what was I? If you were on the receiving end. So if you were on the giving end, right? So now you get to take things from other people. Okay. So now, why are you over here? I feel like you're at a pretty good spot right now. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why aren't you feeling confident about your choice or where you are at right now on your path? Why are you not feeling confident? The Emperor. Interesting. Okay, I feel like if you're not confident, and the Emperor is all about confidence. I think, so I feel like if you're not feeling confident and you got the Emperor card, which is maybe the reason why you're not feeling confident about your choice, even though you're getting everything, I feel like maybe you feel like you didn't have a strong enough foundation. Maybe you feel like you didn't work hard enough. Why do you deserve, like, you feel like I don't deserve all these generosity, or I need to work a little harder, right? If you were the receiver or something like that all the time, and now you feel like I need to work harder, I need to give back. So you feel like your foundation's a little weak, even though it's not. It's like it's all perception, right? Because the Emperor has a very good foundation, but I think we're asking the question, why do you not feel confident? It's because maybe you feel like you should be more disciplined. You feel like you're slacking off a lot of times. Maybe sometimes you do get a little bit aggressive or impatient. Like you jump the gun a little bit. And then you think about it, you're like, I should have waited. I could have gotten better. It would have been better result. And I totally went ahead and did something, right? And so you're having like a little bit of regret in that. The Emperor also, it's funny because you got the confident card when you don't feel very confident about your choice. I don't know, maybe you're having this like inner struggle or inner dilemma or like inner conflict. Like you feel good, but at the same time you don't, which is kind of interesting. I think, don't we all kind of feel that sometimes on occasions? Like you feel inconfident, or you don't feel, or you feel incompetent, but then when you are working with other people, you realize, like, I'm actually not that bad. So maybe you just need to come see, okay, meet more people, and or observe other people and realize that you are actually quite good. You are on the right path, right? Appreciate. Also, over here we have why you're not confident. Maybe because this is the Emperor card, right? The Aries energy. So Aries is a lot more seeing things like from their own perspective instead of seeing it from a different perspective. So maybe the Six of Pentacles is also about seeing things from a different perspective. I know it's not the Handman card or something like that, but this is like give and take, right? Sometimes you're on this end, sometimes you're on the other end. So like over here, the Emperor is like, if you're always like doing things from like a higher perspective or from like your own point of view, maybe try to see it from the other person's point of view as well. finding balance. This is about balance too. Maybe you're feeling a little bit lopsided a little bit. You want someone to balance you out. Maybe you're taking on all of the jobs, all of the responsibilities. And so, and because you feel like maybe you need a team, instead of you doing all the work, maybe so that they cover your blind spots, right? So I feel you're just having a little doubt about yourself. Like, can I really do all that stuff? All right, so, where are you going? What's your next step? What is pile number 3's next step? What is pile number 3's next step? We have 9 of Wands. Look at all these fiery energy. Interesting. Your next step is to protect what you have already. This is to defend what you have already, protect what you have already, observe. Over here, you're not confident, right? You feel like you're lacking something. Then maybe, you know what, take a step back and observe. Observe the people who are super successful, or observe the, if it's about relationships, then observe the couples, how they interact with each other, so that you can also apply it to yours. Or if you're single and you want to get out of like singleness or something like that, right? You want to, preserve what you have, for example, your freedom, your personality, but at the same time, still be vulnerable. Look at how other people are doing it. Gain more knowledge, right? I feel like maybe the next step is for you to slow down a little bit too, the 9 of Wands, because this is about taking the time to slow down, to look around and see what you have already too. So like where you are right now, you're getting a lot of things, or you could be giving out a lot of things, being really generous, but maybe you need to slow down a little bit. You've been going way too fast. Maybe this is what it is too. Why am I not feeling confident about my choice? You're like the kind of person that's just go, and you forgot to look at the things that's happening around you, because you missed all the stuff. You missed things along the way because you are so focused on one thing and you missed other things. Now it's the time to slow down, take a step back, and see all the things and embrace all of the things that you have already. So that's what your next step is. Slow down, look around. All right. Now, challenges on the path, or what you need to know, okay, or obstructions. Ace of Pentacles. There's no challenge on the path, or opportunities. What do you need to know? There are opportunities coming your way, solid opportunities, solid offers. And the challenge is, I feel like maybe there are too many opportunities, too many offers. Which one should I take? What should I do? So maybe having too many choices, too many opportunities. This is Ace of Pentacles. It's not like the 7 of Cups. But when I see this as the obstructions and challenges, it kind of reminds me of that 7 of Cups, like having too many choices, having too much opportunities coming in, and they're all really good opportunities. And you know what? Maybe this is why you're having like a little bit of a trouble, or maybe that's why you're here. Right? So challenges is actually, this challenge is a good challenge. So I feel like there's a lot of good offers coming in. You don't know which one to take. And this is why your next step is telling you to step back. Look at it, observe. Don't go like, you know, your usual self, the Emperor, is going like head first, just like go, go, go type of personality, not having a lot of patience. Now it's telling you to have patience. Wait and see. Have people prove themselves to you, so that you can see which one has the most potential, which is the one that you should get or choose. Because maybe sometimes I feel like with this card showing up as the obstructions and challenges, is sometimes you go for opportunities that maybe made you feel good, or it's not as long lasting. You need to see which one has a longer effect, which one is more promising, right, for the long run, not just a short-term thing. It might take a little bit longer, okay? It might take a little longer because it's a Pentacles card, but I think the effect of it will last a little longer. The good effect, right? You have like all these Pentacle cards, and then the Wands, the fire signs. Interesting. So now the outcome, the final outcome. Where will you be led? Where are you going? The outcome, the final outcome. The final outcome. Okay. Wow, you have, I swear, you guys have only fire energy and earth energy. You got the Ace of Wands right here. So where are you going? There's new beginning. You're finding passion again. You're finding inspiration again. Like I said, the two aces is opportunities. You're going to be bombarded with opportunities. Over here, Six of Pentacles. I feel like this is not only they're sharing their resources and their it could be money wise or and all of that. I feel like some people are giving you opportunities, or I mean vice versa. Maybe you're giving other people opportunities too, right? So take it how it resonates, because it's a general reading. But I feel like with the two Ace of Wands and then the Six of Pentacles being where you're at right now, I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunities coming your way, and lots of inspirations, a lot of things coming, a lot of new things coming. So the outcome is that there are going to be new challenges, new things coming in your way, and you might be continuing along the same path, but these new opportunities coming your way, you, depending on how you choose, you actually might diverge. You might go a different path too. Take a step back, observe, think about it, and then choose. And then make your next decision. I feel like there's, it's so funny, you're here to see if you're on the right path, if you made the right decision. But I feel like what's coming up for you is more decisions, more opportunities, more things that you have to think about. So I feel like you are on the right path, you know, because if you weren't on this path, you wouldn't get this opportunity that's coming in your way now. These are really good opportunities. Like this one, Ace of Pentacles. Solid offers. This is like epiphanies. I think you're going to, the outcome, you're going to have an epiphany. You're going to all of a sudden see something and you're like, aha, this is what I should do. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do, right? And also what I should do. All right, very nice. So this is what pile number 3, what I see for pile number 3, and I hope this helps, and if providing a little bit of guidance. And if you have anything that you would like to share with me, and leave it in the comment section below, especially if you, I'm so interested in hearing what path are you on right now, right? And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel under my video, and turn on that notification bell. Okay, bye for now. Last but not least, we have pile number 4. So let's take a look at where you are at right now. Where is pile number 4 at right now? Where is pile number 4 at right now? Are they on the right path? Where are pile number 4 at right now along their path or the decision that they've made? Page of Swords. Where are you at right now? You are at the Page of Swords. So I feel like Page of Swords is it's a newer energy, not newer, but like a younger energy. So you're back into that curiosity stage. You're curious about a lot of things. So you're at along the path. Maybe now you're curious about other choices. You're just really curious. You want to learn. You right now, if your decision is right, or are you right on the right path? Well, I feel like with this, it's still undecided. Where you are at right now, you're undecided. You want to learn. You want to learn what is out there. What can you experience when you're on this path? There's a lot of unknown, I feel like, with this card. So you're really curious about what's going to happen. You're curious, and you're kind of, with this Page of Swords, is like you're curious and waiting, like kind of impatiently, right? You want to be innovative, because I see this as like an Aquarius energy. A little bit of Gemini energy as well, because Gemini is all about like communications and that kind of things. But Aquarius is also about like being transformational, innovative, right? So I feel like you're just at a beginning stage of this path. You're kind of at the beginning stage. You're still kind of unsure if this is the right path. You're still curious about it. I don't think you're ready to give it up just yet, because you feel like there's still a lot of potential. Okay. So now let's take a look at why are you not confident about this decision? Why are you not confident about this decision or this path? Why are you here? Why are you doing this? Pick a card. Page of Cups. Look at all these page cards. You are definitely on a beginning path, on the beginning stage of your path. So Page of Cups, why aren't you not confident? Because you feel like you're missing out. And if I take this path, am I missing out on other paths? There's like, maybe there's another path coming in right now. Page of Cups. There's another opportunity being given to you. Maybe somebody just offered you another choice, another offer, another path. And you're like, dang it. Should I take it? Should I not? But then you're at a really early stage on this path too. So you're like, well, what is going to be, I'm curious what's going to happen in this path. With this choice that I'm gonna, with this path. What if I'm curious what is going to happen with this choice? But then another opportunity came and is presenting itself, and then it sounds so appealing, right? And it's a different type of appeal. This one piqued your interest, but this one is like it kind of hit a spot in your heart, like it has that emotional response to it. It has an emotional response to it. You're like, oh, this is what I want. Like, it feels like somebody maybe drew a huge, like a picture about this dream or something like that. And you're like, oh yeah, that sounds amazing. But then this path that you're on is like, oh, well, I think there's a lot of things I can learn. There's a lot of things I want to learn. So you're having this conflict right now because maybe you're facing another like choice, another offer. So now it's creating doubts in you. So now where are you going and what's your next step? What's your next step? Where are you going? Where is number 4 going? What's their next step? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What is number 4 going to do? What's their next step? Strength. Oh my goodness. All right. What's your next step? Where are you going? Well, Strength card, it has a meaning of patience. Okay, it has a meaning of patience. So wait and see. It also has, I feel like with the Strength card showing up here, it's telling you to persevere, meaning now that you're on this path already, stick to it. Don't let the other opportunity or this other offer sway you from this choice from this path that you already made. Where is your next step? Where are you going? Stick to it. You've already put in a little bit of effort into it already. Why skip to something else and start all over again? The Strength card. I think you need to persevere. You need to give it a little bit of patience. Over here, the Page of Swords, where you are at right now, that's a really impatient energy too. You want change all the time. You want change. And now it's telling you, no, don't change just yet. Stay on this path. Okay. Also, this is you're at a very beginning stage too. There's a lot of things that you should learn. A lot of things that you should, that you should know. Okay. Persevere. That's where you're going. And it's a major arcana card too. So I feel like whatever this path that you're on, it's going to bring, you're going to grow spiritually, like, and mentally. You're going to learn a lot of things from this journey. So now, obstructions and challenges along this path. What do you need to know? What does pile number 4 need to know? What does pile number 4 need to know? Ooh, Knight of Pentacles. What do you need to know? Or obstructions. Again, patience. I think you lack patience. Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, but it has great potential. It has a very promising future. But the only downside is it takes a long time. It takes forever. And you're with your energy right now, the Page of Swords, this very beginning stage, kind of immature, childish stage, you're gonna be like, damn, how long do I have to wait? You already have 2 cards about patience. I think that's a very strong message. You gotta wait. You gotta persevere. You gotta carry it out. You gotta carry through. Your obstruction and challenge is patience. You don't have patience. Now what you need to learn is patience and perseverance. Keep going this path. Okay? I think you're meant to be on this path. And now the final outcome. I feel like pile number 4, your reading is super fast. All right, so outcomes. What is the outcome of this path? Interesting. We have 7 of Swords. It kind of matches this energy over here, the Page of Swords. The outcome is that you are, you know what, when the Seven of Swords came out, this other card also flip out too. Eight of Cups. I'm going to take both of them because I think there's a message for both of them. Or with both of the cards showing up together. So your outcome, I think you're going to move forward. You're going to figure out what it is that you want. Okay? You're going to keep going this path. Or Eight of Cups can also mean that you finally figured out what you want. And then you're going to go a complete different route, which is this Page of Cups. Because look at this. This is so, I just realized this is so interesting. We have the Eight of Cups and then the Seven of Swords. The Cups and the Swords. Over here we have the Swords and the Cups. This is about that earlier. Why are you here? Maybe there's another opportunity that showed up and you're not sure if you should persevere on this path that you're already on, or you should take this new offer. Now, the outcome. I feel like either way, okay, so this is what's going to happen. If you decided to not persevere, not go after this, because this message over here is telling you to persevere and continuing on this path that you've already been on. If you persevere and keep going, then I think the result is this Seven of Swords, which is not about, people. This card is usually about, lying, taking advantage and all of that. But this is about strategy. This is about thinking things through. Very detailed thinking. Like to the T. Like you can think of all of the things that other people cannot think about. You're ahead of everybody. Like thinking wise, planning wise. You plan things way ahead of everyone. And so I feel like the result over here, if you continue this path, you will be able to become a super planner. You are going to be really good at reading people's minds. Okay, knowing what other people are going to take, like the next step people are going to take. I don't know what this choice is, but I feel like this is like you're going to be able to understand how people think. And then you can be one step ahead of them. Right? You'll become a really good strategizer. Mind reader. And take advantage of this ability, right? Or if you decided not to persevere and not to continue this path, but to take this new opportunity coming your way, because over here there is that possibility of you moving forward with a different path. Eight of Cups. You don't want to do this anymore. You're like, this is kind of boring. I don't want to be a super mind reader. That's kind of dumb. I don't want to strategize. I don't want to like help people coordinate things or, plan things. That's not my thing. I'm going to move forward. And Eight of Cups is about finally understanding what it is that you wanted and moving forward towards that. So maybe after doing this, just like taking a little beginning step and then you like maybe go about it a little bit longer, slightly longer, but you didn't go all the way through, right? And then you realize, you know what, this is not what I want. Because over here is the Eight of Cups is arranging all of the cups and then moving forward the path, leaving things behind and then moving forward. So you're going to leave all these things behind and move forward to a new opportunity, to something else. You're like, no, this is not interesting enough, or this is boring. Oh, I already tried it and I don't like it. So I'm going to move forward and I'm going to listen to my intuition. I'm going to listen to my heart. And follow my heart, what it is that I really want. Now I really know. And I'm going to take this Page of Cups offer. So for pile number 4, because this is a general reading, I feel like maybe some of you guys will actually continue this path, take this advice, and then move forward. And then now you'll be able to, you know, with this 7 of Swords, you might be like, what does that even do? Like, I just got another message. A really good, like, strategizer, planner, mind reader, whatever it is, if you really think about it, that's like somebody in a higher position. Say, for example, like in a company, you will be in the management position, because management is all about thinking ahead, making the right decision, making a decision to move so that you can move the company forward, and you want to be one step ahead, right? So I think even though it's a 7 of Swords, it's not like a king or a queen or whatever it is, but this is a really amazing strategizer. This person can get away with things, if you think about that. So they're really good at what they do. But if that's not what you wanted to, that's not something that you want, right? Because sometimes this card, you could be in a negative, like depending on how people see it. Some people will see it as like, you know what, this person is tricky. This person is not honest. They manipulate, they take advantage of people. They're taking advantage of their ability and manipulating people. And that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to move forward. I want to do something better. I'm going to find what it is that I really wanted to do. My real purpose, my real passion, my real dream. So some people actually might leave whatever and then go pursue that. So are you on the right path? Well, the outcome is kind of tricky. I think you are the only person that can judge. I think because some of you guys will move to this 8 of Cups. So then if that is the case, then you could think that maybe you see, the thing is, like, I really don't think it's meant to be. If you didn't go on this path, how do you know that this is not what you want, right? This propelled you to make the choice, make the decision that this is not what I want, and now I'm gonna go a different route. So I can't tell you if it's the right path or the wrong path, but I feel like there's no wrong path. Everything is supposed to, or meant to be. You're supposed to go on this path so that you know. Okay, so some of you will leave, we'll move on to a different thing. All right, with like a complete different path. We'll probably take this opportunity or something like that, or if other opportunity arise. So for pile number 4, this is what I see. Let me know what it is, because this is it's a tricky pile. I'm curious what path are you on right now, right? And if you can share with me, that would be awesome. Leave it in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, enjoy my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.